technical difficulties, but this is Dr. Dookie, and I'm playing Marvel Strike Force through blue stacks, and I'm going for the Blitz for the Mantis Empathy Blitz. And it appears my microphone apparently was cut off by some saboteur. The Dookie bot's been dispatched, and the saboteur should be taken care of. So unless they make Thor really awesome with an update because of Guardians of the Galaxy, I don't think I'm ever gonna really spend a lot of time with him. His hammer looks way too busted up for one. You know, I'm not sure if did they update his skin a little bit? I don't know. He looks a little. I don't remember that braid, him having that braid. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looks better. So my Avengers team is beating up their Defenders / Guardians / Avengers team pretty easily, but that's just because we're in Tier 1 here. So these terribly weak teams I have here at the beginning of Blitz are just so strong enough to auto through the really terrible teams that you see in Tier 1. And then after that, I have to pay attention if I want to use them and kind of navigate the minefield that is the current day state of affair of Blitz. Let's see. So I think I start to get to some of the more significant teams, and I'm using that with a grain of salt. These are not the teams that Dr. Dookie mainly pays attention to. But before I do that, I do not want to forget to showcase my Rhino. I haven't put a lot of time in Rhino yet. So I'm going to stick him with some real trash characters at the bottom of the barrel. But maybe I can, I don't really have a team with Brotherhood. I don't have Magneto yet, so maybe I can throw him in there with my bottom tier Brotherhood guys. Whoops. I'll just go against the same. So Rhino is great against city heroes. He has some bonuses, a lot of bonuses. The more city hero, the more city, or no, that's not true. The more Sinister 6 villains on your team, the more health he has. We'll double check his abilities in a second. Dr. Dookie is not that familiar with Rhino yet, because I only use him during the beginning of Blitz at this point. Although I do hope to have a very strong Sinister 6 team for this reason. It appears to be the hard counter to Defenders, and if you can go into the Alliance War mode, not having to think about what team is going to beat which team, and just having more of a toolbox of, alright, here's my Spider-Verse, I'm going to use that to take out S.H.I.E.L.D. Here's my S.H.I.E.L.D. team, I'm going to use that to take out, well, you could use S.H.I.E.L.D. to take out Defenders, but maybe you're going to save them to hit something harder, and then you'll use this Sinister 6 team to take out Defenders now, and that frees you up your S.H.I.E.L.D. team for defense, which is where I think I have my S.H.I.E.L.D. team. Maybe I don't have it in Defense and War, but that's probably where it belongs, with all the heals and the resurrection from support. Makes it for a nasty team. Alright, so let's get into this. Who do we want to take out first? We have some villains on our team, so we're going to do Mystique's ultimate on Punisher. and we're going to get some bleeds in. We'll just keep focusing down on Punisher, the basic from Pyro. The assist there knocked him out, and might as well do this. So we use the ultimate there, and wanting to take out the healer, we'll use his ultimate. We're going to use the special from Rhino. He'll get his taunt up, and we can flip those two slows with the special from Scientist Supreme. That's the special from Winter Soldier there. Now, let me see. Rhino, so here we go. His abilities say, on spawn, gain counter. Gain 10% max health percentage for 6 allies. That's just where I have him right now. That number goes to 25%. On blind, it changed speed bar by 50%. Not sure if that changes. On blind, clear 1 negative effect from self and each ally. That might change to 2. Just damage on the basic. Taunt is just the damage and that. Oh, here it is. So for his ultimate, yes. So not only does he gain an advantage from Sinister 6 allies, but he also gains a damage bonus the more city heroes there are on the map. That's what I was looking for. Okay. So there's Pyro's ultimate, so we have the Disrupt on Luke Cage, so he will not be able to do his ultimate. We're going to use Pyro's special now to strip a buff off of him. It looks like pretty much everyone's dead at this point, so to speak. They're all about to get knocked out. So, yeah. There goes another fight into the history books. Dr. Dookie approves of this meager performance. C-. So currently Dr. Dookie's grind is the Creeper. The Kree Reaper. I need just around 80 materials to get the Kree Reaper to rank 6. After that, I need to grind the Noble, who's at around something like 112, and then end off with the Kree Cyborg, who's sitting at around, let's just say 130. Those are blocking my 6-star, gold star rank Shuri. And recently I made Mystique there, just recently got that 6th gold star. So that is the key for unlocking a 6-star Magneto right there, which will also be my 5-star Magneto unlock simultaneously, because I missed out. Oh yeah, let's go back to just the teams. Because I've missed out on Magneto a number of times. I was in the wrong alliance when Juggernaut was first being offered through the raids, and there are other reasons that we don't need to go into. So before we get to Phoenix, Phoenix is upcoming on my list. Let's get to the state of affairs of the Hero Brawlers team with Cable on there. I could put Gamora back on this team, and I think I will ultimately, but I like the combo that Deadpool and Cable have. It's a lot of fun. So I don't have any villains on this team. I'm just double checking here, making sure I didn't think that wrong. But it's a Hero Brawlers team of all things. Of course it had villains, but then I had Cable there, and anyhow, Punisher. He does bonus damage against villains. You want to avoid him if you have a villains team, unless, you know, every team has Punisher, then, you know, you have to make other judgments based on that, or maybe just not use that Blitz team and pick another Blitz team. Nowadays there are many deadly Blitz teams that you will encounter. it's not like it used to be where you could autoplay almost any team until you got to tier 8. Well, maybe that's an exaggeration. Alright, let's get to it. So we're going to open with Captain Marvel's Ultimate. Go into binary mode. That seems to be the thing to do. And let's see, we'll start. There are a couple things we can do. She's not particularly strong, so I'm going to start with her basic. Oh, we're hoping for an assist that we did not get, but the assist goes to Deadpool. So, unfortunately, that means she's going to attack Wolverine. Alright, so let's retarget Punisher. That was a mistake, or an error, as they say in sports broadcasting. Wolverine has this very annoying healing factor, so because of that, if you get him low health in a battle, you might as well finish targeting him down. Otherwise, he's not. I don't know. You either take him out right away, or you accept the fact that you might lose one of your tunes during the fight because he will eventually charge up his ultimate, which is the only, time that he really does any damage. So here's Cable's ultimate. We get that team up. They each do a pretty good hit that takes a bunch of health away from Luke Cage. Even though he had defense up, it didn't seem to really matter, did it? So that's a fun way to break up the Hero Brawlers team in a different way. And Cable still has the assists sometimes for Deadpool there. And I think he occasionally throws out a counter. I think that's right. And you get some speed bar management. I don't think I have his abilities maxed out. You see that he's not even pushing 20k, but no one really is developed on this team except for Deadpool. And I think he had to get developed for an event, which I don't remember what it is. It wasn't the Mercenaries, it was something else. Alright, so we're on our way. That was Milestone 3. Switch it up. So to get through the milestones fast, you want to get points so that you get through the milestones, but at the same time. Alright, so here we are with my Phoenix team. Let me finish that thought. So at the same time when you're going through Blitz, in theory the best thing to do is to use 8 bottom of the barrel teams that can get you through at least up to tier 3. Maybe you have even 12 teams so you can get up to tier 4 before you start using your meteor teams that get points, because you'll have a higher multiplier by then. In practice, you don't want to play Blitz all day, so you want to make some kind of compromise. And I haven't totally mathed it to death, but I can tell you one thing. When you're playing the probability game of, okay, can this team make it by the skin of the teeth to get a free bump up to the next tier, these days that seems to be a little bit worse of an idea, because there seems to be a little bit better balanced at least preventing win streaks. So you got to at any rate, yeah, I'm sure the very higher end players out there can just throw garbage out there until they get to tier 6, and then their real teams get them to 7, 8, and 8-3, and then they're probably not even spending these materials until they're using the top 5 or whatever. Just a guess. But at any rate, do I have a good meaty team to... Nope, no Brotherhood team at this level, unfortunately. But we'll attack this team. That would be weird. Now, what will be fun is... So here's what's up. Magneto will come out soon. That means there'll be a whole wave of people, including myself, that will have Magneto for the first time, which means Blitz will start to see these shallow, low-level Magnetos popping up. And my Phoenix will just be waiting around to snuff those out. On the other hand, my low-level Magneto that I will get will make for some happy Blitz team combination if I start putting that out there. When I start putting the brother team out to Blitz, they are, in my mind, I'm more excited for them being another tool for the war. I'm not Since I don't have Magneto, I haven't even really looked into who they're good against, but from experience, I know they're pretty good at taking out Guardians. For example, I have this list I should look. So, shout out to MSF Times. So, let's see. The Guardians' hard counters are Shield with the operative Power Armor, Wakanda, and Brotherhood, yes. Yeah, so the more war teams, the merrier. So if you have Wakanda and Brotherhood in your pocket, you'll be able to take out 2 Guardian teams, for example. Or you have one on defense and then you have the other for offense. Or whatever. Whatever you're worried about coming across. I guess there's no reason to do this, but you want to kill her soon, and she's going to lose her defense up before she gains her... Oh wait, she doesn't gain a taunt here. She doesn't need one. It's virtually the same as the taunt because she's the only character that's not invisible. The only thing is now Storm is going to lose her taunt as soon as she goes. Don't worry, we'll be able to get around this soon. So Wolverine's lame special on those guys, no critical hit, so no bleed. That bleed should be guaranteed. That's just ridiculous. Maybe 2 bleeds if you get a crit, or 3. 1 guaranteed, 3 if you crit, and people might actually think Wolverine is cool. So no negative effects to transfer. We're going to use her basic here. We want this taunt. So Colossus' special is being deployed. That'll throw the taunt on Phoenix, as you see. Gives her deflect, which is kind of annoying at this point because we actually want her to go down as soon as possible so that we can replace her with Dark Phoenix. So what I found out, here's a fun fact. When Phoenix dies in the raids, you get Dark Phoenix in the raids. But when the raid session is over, whether you've won or lost, whether or not Dark Phoenix is dead or alive, the Phoenix character in your roster will be dead. I don't know if that's as intended. I don't know if they just didn't think that through, but that seems kind of like either start the next node with whatever Dark Phoenix I have left, or reset it to Jean Grey, Phoenix, Vanilla Phoenix, for the next node, for her to do it all over again. So it's got to be one or the other. She shouldn't just be dead at the end. That's ridiculous. Okay, so Wolverine's ultimate fastball special there with Colossus. And we're going to get an assist, so why don't we attack the Hulk? Did not take him out. So here's Storm's special, and with the amount of charges she had, we had a very high chance to get slows all around. Did Phoenix even die there? So presumably if Phoenix doesn't die, then you get to carry her on, and she has some kind of healing ability. Let's use this team a second time. We'll take on Minerva and so on. But yeah, that needs to be addressed. I imagine most people aren't like excited about her for the raids, but nonetheless. Or maybe she's just too powerful for the raids. So they had to kneecap her there. And then you have to pay for her every node. Could we see more characters like this? Speaking of which, the war is really, really missing a refreshable 6th member of the team. This war is an opportunity to have a 6th member of the team, and this would put this game at this age where it's at in line with other games that have heroes that go along your army. Since we have a 5 pickup team of 5 members, that is our army. And not wanting to have armies of clones or whatever nonsense, I would like to see, I don't know what you'd call them, but you know, they're beyond legendary, whatever you want to call that. So we're going to activate your special. We're going for Minerva. That's what you generally want to do, unless you know you can take out 2 characters right away. Or if you know you can ability block her after killing a character. Let's see, we want to use the special to clear some effects there. Let's see, maybe we don't want to do this. We'll go ahead and do it. That was Colossus special. We're really trying to get Phoenix to die here this time. Anyhow, these would be characters that you can only use in the war. So maybe they wouldn't cost gold to level up. Maybe they'd only cost the war credits. Maybe there'd be I'd want there to be actually a separate premium war credit currency. Premium separate currencies are not always a bad thing. Here comes Storm's special with 1 charge. Okay, excellent. So we're able to knock out Minerva. So Psylocke isn't that strong yet. But this 30% damage bonus is just killing it. Okay, well that went too well. Phoenix is very strong. So I only have her at tier 9. I did put orange mats in her passive. The funny thing is, her other abilities aren't even all purple matted. So I think she might be 5-5-5-5. She might even be 5-4-4-5 or something. Let's go take a look. Just for a second. She's favorited. I love that feature. Should have been here a while ago. Yep, she's... You don't see that every day. 5-5... Yeah. 5-5-5-5. And we'll leave her there for now. She has gear tier 9. Colossus really has to catch up. I don't have the resources really right now to do the whole team. Other priorities. So I'm really just pushing Colossus. He's gear tier 8. He's getting there. So he's catching up to her. And I want to push them both as high as I can with the fact in mind that I have other priorities. So here we go. Kree Reaper needing 88. Don't want to go through all of this right now, but just my Kree. Oh, there they are. Kree Noble needing 87. And Kree Cyborg needing 67. Okay, back to the Blitz. Well, let's see how they are taking out a shield team. They're really strong. And right now, just the advantage from Phoenix, since I have a Wolverine that's fairly tough. He's not even T3 orange matted out either, and neither is Storm, because they really haven't had a team. But now that they do, I really do want to put the abilities in Storm and finish the Phoenix hopefully soon. But priorities being what they are, Juggernaut isn't T3 matted. I don't think he's going to get any orange mats, but being that he has 6 red stars, he's about to have 7 gold stars, and he's about to have 13 tier gear, he he needs a lot of purple gear right now. He needs a lot of tier 3 gear to get him there. So that's one priority. Oh yeah, so this is great news. Nick Fury, my Nick Fury is almost gear tier 13. When I say that, I mean all of the superior unique mats that Nick Fury needs have already been spent. I don't just have them, I spent them. There's one orange material item left. I think it's his damage. And he needs superior confidential dossiers for that. And I think he still needs 10. But, oh, so close. Alright, trying again to get Phoenix killed here. These summon shield operatives really can cause you trouble, so we want to knock that out. I don't know what happened there. Alright, we're going to try to clear some positives. Colossus special. Phoenix ultimate. So far this doesn't seem to be going great. I want Phoenix to die, but they're all going for Colossus at the moment. See if I can... Oh, wow, that was lucky. So the goal would be to kill someone right quick. Specifically this guy. He doesn't have defense up. What does this lady do? I don't want to do that yet. Psylocke took out their trooper pretty easily. We do not want the trooper to be resurrected. So let's take out this healer. This is going pretty well, I think. Oh, that was almost a mistake. Okay, so what are we going to do now? Okay. Maybe we can just take out the support with Wolverine Ultimate. Here goes. Boom! 55,900 damage. 55,900 damage. Wow, almost 56,000 damage. Not even a crit. Phoenix still didn't die. It's kind of annoying. So I'm thinking what is going on, if I had to guess. Since I put a bunch of materials in Phoenix, she's significantly higher than Psylocke and a little bit higher than Colossus, and just enough so that Wolverine being a little bit higher than anyone in this group, and Storm being similar to Phoenix, they're outlasting the enemies that we're getting. They're a little bit stronger than the enemies that we're getting, so she's not dying. Ironic twist there. Well, like a gambler, I want to just go again. So I think it's going to start costing 50. I'm okay with that. If it costs 100 and she hasn't died yet, Oh, look, it's still 25. I wasn't keeping track, I guess. So let's see if we can see a team that looks like it would be a good team for... Yeah. Yeah, that's a high damage team with a Juggernaut. So Gamora doing a bunch of damage, Juggernaut doing a bunch of damage. There's a Wolverine there. was it Daredevil? And Deadpool. Let's see if I win the memory trivia game. Alright, it's about to load, I swear. Alright, well once again, try to get everyone to take out. So, I don't know, I'll hit the hardest target. Maybe we'll do an antithetical strategy here, like this is what not to do. I'll go hit Wolverine. So his basic attack, where my Wolverine does 20,000 damage when Phoenix is on the screen, which is around 4,000 damage more than it used to do. That is significant. Especially if there are assists involved, it's great. So we'll just hit Wolverine a few times. Maybe I shouldn't do that, except it gives her the taunt. But let's see, are they attacking her? Alright, good. That's 2 attacks. Good. What does this do? Attack primary target and clear. Let's just see what that does to Juggernaut here. Whoa, that was impressive. No, I'm not mad. I'm really just impressed. Alright, let's try to do a lame attack to Wolverine. Oh, excuse me, it hit him hard. Maybe Deadpool can take a little abuse. I don't know what this does. Let's do it. Oh, alright, that's probably where I'm messing up. Colossus getting that double taunt. Anyone have a counter? No. Alright, Deadpool, do your whatever attack now. This should finish her. Something killed her. Was there... Oh, good. Jeez. In the blink of an eye. What happened there? Okay, so... someone got a chain. I think... if I have to guess, I would say Gamora got a chain there, killing Phoenix, resurrecting the Dark Phoenix, and her entrance move just killed everybody, just like that. Yep. Yeah, she's not overpowered or broken in any way, stretch of the imagination whatsoever. And there's not really even a hard enough team that would guarantee to kill her, so I'm just going to save... I'm going to... That might be my lowest powered, like, 8.3 team, but then it's not really getting a lot of points if I used it there. It needs more team power. Okay. Alright, so let's abandon the Phoenix X-Men team, and let's check in on my Wakandans. They're sitting above 120k now. And I don't really see any obstacles here. So we lost our last war, and it's been this devastating pattern of win-loss, win-loss, win-loss. After having this, maybe we didn't deserve it, but our alliance had this streak of 4 war wins in a row, and that was making me feel like, oh, I'm regularly getting some Carnage shards here. I'm 50 shards away from rank 6 gold stars with Carnage, and I really want that. That's why I'm talking about it for Shuri that we're about to see here. I really want her to have 6 gold stars on the off chance that she gets a bunch of red stars. And that's what my Wakanda team needs right now is gold stars more than red stars. And red stars, you need them just for Ultimate 7. Gold stars, you need so that they can do well in Ultimate 6 raids. And I would love for them to replace my Forever Ultimate 6 raid team with the caveat that I hope uh, that future updates will make them incredibly good, such that you may not need a bunch of stars. Or, well, at the same time, I think they're gonna put Okoye in maybe the arena, and M'Baku, or maybe M'Baku in the arena, and then Okoye maybe in the Blitz or something like that, in the Blitz store. I don't know, but I'm gonna, for the sake of argument, Dr. Dookie is going to watch Dr. Dookie will watch his Wakandans in action as they decimate this team. Orange materials, Shuri has her passive. That gave them all that speed up at the beginning, essentially giving them all a first turn rather. M'Baku has his passive orange matted, so that he takes very little damage when he's charged up. He gets those 50% block damage reduction. Okoye has her basic orange matted, so that she gets that extra 50% focus. It's like an offense up without the damage, essentially letting her peel off buffs. Those are the only orange mats I have so far. But they are a destructive force, not to be reckoned with. Outside of range, they punch up a little bit. Raids, they are in raids. They get huge health and armor bonuses, making them their power level looks low, but giving them the ability to hit nodes that you would not expect. With the caveat that they, at this power level, are not doing enough damage to complete some of the nodes in time, but at the same time, they're not really risking getting killed. It's just more like there are too many characters to bring down, or they're not doing enough damage to bring them down fast enough. So you may end up spending energy twice, and you never want to do that when you can use better teams that have a greater success. So right now, I like to bring them out for the first 3 nodes of Ultimate 6, and then swap them out for my heavy-hitting teams. But I do that to kind of test them, and eventually they'll do the first 4 nodes and so on until I know I have an Ultimate 6 Forever Wakanda team, in which case I'll have a Wakanda team that can at least do a few Ultimate 7 nodes. Comparing that to my teams that already can do a few Ultimate 7 nodes, that is to say. Let's see. With that multiplicative power that they get at higher levels, that's gonna be huge. Not having a multiplicative damage buff though is it's a little bit of a letdown. I don't think I'm wrong about that. So here's my beefy Juggernaut, 36K, 5 red star. I'm sorry, 6 red star, 6 gold star. Yeah, they can take out this team, no problem. Probably just, even if a bunch of people die, I like showing off this Juggernaut. He just hits so hard. Just bam, bam, bam. So he's on his way up the gear tier ladder. Very excited about that. He'll be joining Nick Fury as my first 2 orange matted, or gear tier 13 rather, characters, getting ready for that Fear the Darkness. I want to get in that Fear of Darkness event very, very soon, up to the point where I'm willing to neglect the Wakandans a little bit. They were my primary focus up to very recently, because I am starting to get the Peter tingle, the Dookie itch. Starting to get the Dookie tingle itch. The Dookie... Oh man. Let's just leave it there. We'll revisit it. The point is, they're not going to nerf Ultron, but they might nerf the other payouts of this event. And they also might make Ultron a little less important with some other characters that I'm guessing are coming down the pipeline. But that's for another day. So let's see. We want to get offense up. We did. Wow, Kingpin just absorbed a bunch of damage, and it looks like he's almost dead already. It's not going very well. Alright, so the special, oh, we got our bonus shot. That almost knocks out Minerva. That's forcing us to do the basic of Juggernaut. There we go, they have no resurrections. Who's meaty right now? The answer is almost always War Machine. He has this honkin' metal suit, and he is just soft. Not meaty in like that boxer's a meaty guy, that football player. No, I meant like ready to like cut open, like a very tender, juicy steak. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but I'm thankful for it in situations like this. Right. So because it's just kind of disappointing because Juggernaut's special there. Because Kingpin went down, there's no way to get an offense up on Juggernaut. Oh, I just totally tanked that. Boom, no way to get an offense up on Crossbones either. And here comes Juggernaut's ultimate. 38,000. There we go. Didn't even bother to use Korath's ultimate. It would just make it take longer to wait for that animation. That's sad. So once upon a time, Korath, before there's level 7 abilities for sure, Korath used to be like one of the greatest, not one of the greatest characters, but he was definitely a character you wanted. He was an essential to your Blitz team. Because depending on who you fought, you got one of those more soft characters, those softer characters, those sacks of flesh. Korath would literally just be able to take them out of the equation right at the beginning of the match. So your glass cannons, like, for example, if he didn't dodge it, Spider-Man, he would have just, boom, he would have just been gone. Punisher probably would be taken out, ironically. But no longer. And I don't know, maybe they'll, when they bring out level 8 abilities, maybe that'll restore his old glory, and they will throw, yeah, let's go with this weird team. This almost Guardian team, Guardian Ravagers. So it's possible that when ability 8 materials come out, they start leveling the playing field. That would be my guess, is that you'll see a divergence, possibly even from minions and Marquis, such that minions are only valuable with their leader. So in the case of S.H.I.E.L.D., it's Nick Fury, for example. And outside of that, you'll never even dream of using a S.H.I.E.L.D. minions team. But at the same time, it'll make the marquee characters stand out, and they'll probably all be considerably stronger but more balanced. A lot of times in the past, they've used the opportunity of new ability materials to just further create discrepancies between some, quote, better marquee characters and the less worthy marquee characters, like the junkier ones. With new management and whatever, I hope those days are gone, but we'll see. I'm pretty sure it was new management that did the Phoenix event, but you know, one could speculate that maybe that was old management's last hurrah, since they started it way back when and blah blah blah. So who knows? One might even postulate that the whole point of letting us know about the 6-star thing early wasn't because of an error in a release, but maybe they knew it was their last time to get some bonuses, and they really wanted to milk that event for all they could. Who knows? So we're already doing well here. Was that a Gamora? I think it was. Of course, what do we want to do? We want to take out the rocket as soon as possible. gotta heal from Mantis. Need the health. Keep firing. We'll go for the big ultimate there, taking out Rocket, ability blocking Mantis, but we still want to take her out. Her heals are so frequent and so clutch. She is a high priority. Groot, you'll always leave for last, unless, well, I'm sure you could architect a set of tunes to attack in a raid where you have, more than 5 to in such a way that it's not obvious, but you need to take Groot out first. Maybe because he's going to apply a death proof on a bunch of characters that you just don't want to deal with in that way. I don't know. At any rate, usually leave him for last. His basic ability, though, does pack a punch. If you have a team that has offense downs, like going through the cycle, knowing that you're going to leave Groot for last, it would be good to throw a slow on him and an offense down, so that when he does strike that terrible strike, and an ability block if you can, to avoid that death proof that he's going to throw. If you can throw all of that stuff on him, though, maybe he's probably not the character to focus that much attention. So let's just say an offense down for sure. Now, new characters that do slow and then they chain, then you can do offense down and slow on Groot. That'd be good. And you want to slow Groot because he's already slow. Strange things happen in turn-taking games, but one of them is you may think when you're dealing with multiplicative buffs and debuffs, oftentimes intuitively you may think, well, I want equity. I'm going to speed up my slower characters, and I'm going to, speed down their faster characters. That might sometimes be the case, but generally speaking, you want to speed up your fastest characters in a turn-taking game, because what that means is, even though it's a 50% speed up, depending on their characters, that's going to be 2 turns instead of 1. It's not going to be 50% more of a turn. So that's why essentially the Wakanda Shuri ultimate the Wakanda Shuri ultimate essentially gives everyone a free turn because they all go first. And if they're strong enough such that they're able to do enough damage to finish off the team that you're fighting, then, it's just a cakewalk. You just turn them on, you auto them, they do their free stuff, and then it's over. So, essentially, or eventually, the Wakandans will be, for that reason, one of, if not the strongest raid team in the game. It's just a long road to get them there because they need to be so strong that they can take out, not do a bunch of damage, but take out at least a character before the match starts. And if you can't, and right now mine are not strong enough to do that, they've weakened one character considerably, but there's no advantage there in this turn-taking game. When you reduce the amount of characters on the field, that reduces the number of turns you have. That's the advantage. And since Shuri doesn't give speed up on her turn, it's only when the game starts. That's the one time you get to take advantage of that. And once you can take advantage of that, that's when you start using your Wakandans anywhere you want to, in the raids even, because they won't have the health and armor anymore, but it doesn't matter, because if you can kill 2 of the opposing team's characters before the match essentially even starts, you've won. You have 3 characters to mess with. I mean, maybe these days, if they have a high-level Phoenix, but other than something ridiculous like that, what three characters would be murder if you had to be left with them? Maybe a Phoenix and a Juggernaut and a Magneto, or maybe a Phoenix and a Minerva and a Thanos. That'd be pretty bad to be left with. Or if you can't take the heat because you're trying to punch up, having a Phoenix with a Captain Marvel with a Minerva, that would be pretty terrible too. You'd probably take out Minerva first. Oh wow, I just saw something. Groot is no longer the last character to kill. Phoenix is. So if you're attacking a team, you never want to take out Phoenix first. I don't think you can blind her because it's a different character that comes back. So no matter what, she's always going to do whatever her ability is, which is that's an interesting dilemma. Because they're eventually going to have to come up with a counter that makes sense to counter that. Okay, unfortunately it looks like we're going to have to wrap this up early. So I'm just going to have to leave it here. I'd like to keep playing. Alright, well there's a Blitz teaser for everyone from Dr. Dookie to take a quick look at. I didn't even get to my better teams. But, so right quick, I'm so happy with this. But frustrated at the same time. Yep, 10. 10 superior confidential dossiers. That is all I need for Nick Fury, and he'll be Gear Tier 13. And what's even greater, what's even better about this situation, can be surmised by the fact that Kree Reaper is my furthest away from getting to 6-star Gold Star, which means Nick Fury, as long as they don't start the event next week, Nick Fury will almost definitely be 6 Gold Stars soon, which will further amplify that power, of course. But I'm going to leave you here. Thank you for joining the live Dr. Dookie stream. And until next time, don't forget to drop one on your enemies for me. Take care and have a good one.